Hmm. Hello. I greet you as I start a new day, although I've been up for well over an hour, almost two. I guess I should begin by thanking those of you that expressed concern over the videos of the last 2 days. Afraid that I was getting too caught up in the world to uh, get detracted from my mission, which is to uplift everyone. Well, maybe that's my mission. I don't know about the everyone part, but at least those that resonate and are drawn toward the gifts and the message that I've been graced with. Anyway, today's topic or title is To Be Fully Human is Divine. And I'll read the blurb. We've all told ourselves a big lie that God won't love us if we allow ourselves to be human in all that entails. The antichrist is not one that denies the divinity, but rather one that denies the humanity. We often try really hard to be so heavenly that we're no earthly good. Here's a different perspective, though not new, of the spiritual awakening. I don't think there's been a day that I've been as reflective as I was yesterday, at least not for a good while. Lots of introspection yesterday as I felt myself getting sucked over the past few days into this drama going on with the Republic. And it doesn't matter what the drama is, because we all have dramas in our lives that capture our attention. And I'm going to read one of the emails that I got this morning, a brief one, from Waterton Rivers. I've used his messages to me before. And he commented on yesterday's video, "Everything will be fine, Ron. Somehow I believe the reincarnated founding fathers are walking among us, waiting for the time to fulfill their destiny to restore the Republic." That really resonated with me, because one of the things that I watched happen yesterday, by the way, the May Day meeting has been canceled, but I'm not going to dwell on that, except as an aside. I do see that whole thing coming together, but it's not my job to fix it. It's my job just simply to be human and to express what I feel, what I think, what I see, in as loving a way as possible, in as inclusive a way as possible, even when my inclusiveness includes my exclusiveness. Ah, the paradox. Don't you just love it? I was reminded how I get sidetracked and how I've beat myself up so much of the time, because I get my mind fixed on the way it's going to happen. That is, the way my life is finally going to start being fulfilled in a bigger way. Whether it's a relationship, or in this case, the Republic, or a good job, a better job, or more money coming in, or a house to live in, or anything in the physical world. I think, well, when I get this, then all the pieces will fall in place. And that's how I've been looking at the Republic. I've looked at that as when the Republic can finally be established in divine order, giving rights to everybody, recognizing each individual soul's sovereignty, to be fully human in their divinity. When that happens, then the world will be able to move into the kingdom of heaven. And that's one of the little lies, or the big lies, that I tell myself. When this happens, then those things that I really want will happen. But I've got to stop this thing from being stopped. I've got to allow this thing to really happen. And if it doesn't happen, then I've got to lash out and try to control it. I want to do whatever I can to bring it back in line with my vision and my hopes and my dreams. I've been doing that to myself all my life, and I'll bet you have too. I bet we all have. It's part of being human. And as I said in the little blurb that I wrote, the Bible is really clear. The Antichrist is not one that denies that Jesus was God. It denies that Jesus is human, or was human. Fully human. That's why he could get angry at the money changers. That's why he could curse the fig tree when he was hungry. Because he knew that in the higher reality, whatever you want can manifest just like that. It didn't matter whether it was the time or the season. So he was frustrated with his own humanity. He was frustrated with his disciples because they didn't get it. They didn't get the message he was trying to demonstrate for them. Not just teach them, but demonstrate. Live the fully human life. Turning water into wine. And it was really, really good wine for all you teetotalers out there. It was the best wine. Read the Bible. The paradoxes of our journey. We think that life is something set in time and space. But Christopher Timms, when he talked about God being a verb, I think hit a really important point. God is life. God is creation. God is love. And I'm using nouns because that's what we use in our language. But the truth of the matter is, God is the verb to love, to live, to experience, to know, to remember. God is a verb, always moving, always experiencing, always flowing in this divine flow that we think we've got to freeze in order to finally have what we want. But nothing ever freezes for us. We can't get away from anything. Anything that we fight, we end up losing the fight because life flows. God is a verb. It's not nouns. It's verbs. It's action. Everything in life is action. Christopher says that in the early languages there were no nouns, only verbs. Well, that doesn't make any rational sense to me whatsoever. He might be right. I don't know, but it doesn't make sense is all I'm saying. And not making sense is part of my human experience. I don't have to understand everything. I don't have to see everything. When I spend time in meditation, as I did yesterday and as I did this morning for over an hour before I even came to the computer, I allow that peace, that eternal peace, to settle in. That says to me, Ron, it's all on schedule. Stand still and watch as it moves into place. Watch as the pieces fall into place. Watch as people wake up. Everybody's playing their part. Everybody's living their life according to what they can see. And each one is doing the best they can, even the Illuminati, even the dark players, even those that don't seem to get it. Everything has a meaning. Trust me, God is saying. Trust me in you. Trust me in your life. I'm going to love you no matter what. That's a given. And you already got the given. Some people haven't gotten the given yet. And that's okay. That's their process. They don't get it yet. Most of the world doesn't seem to have gotten it yet. And that's okay. You can still open your heart and allow and embrace their process, especially them in their process. But it is their process. That's their life that's flowing, and it's flowing, and it's flowing, and it keeps on flowing. The river of life keeps on flowing. The circle of life keeps on embracing. And there's nothing outside of that circle. It includes everything. It's an all-inclusive, never-ending, perpetual, infinity circle. Figure eight, if you will. A circle on a circle. Or circles within circles, as the ripples on a pond when you throw an object into the pond and it ripples out. There's ripples within ripples within ripples within ripples within ripples till it reaches the shore. But there is no shore in eternity. There's just change. There's just life, which allows the experiencing of everything. Everything. I don't know if this brings peace to your soul, but it surely does to mine. And yes, there are going to be times that I get caught up again and again in the drama of the experiencing of life. And I may beat myself up from time to time, although I'm going to do it less and less. Because I'm seeing that to be fully human is divine. To allow myself to experience what I experience in each moment, the emotions, and correctly identify them. If it's anger, it's anger. If it's sadness, it's sadness. If it's frustration, it's frustration. If it's grief, whatever it is. If it's joy, if it's peace. See, the human experience includes everything. What we call light and what we call dark. What we call masculine, what we call feminine. What we call human, what we call divine. But there really is no separation between any of them. They are all two sides of the same coin. Even good and evil. Evil's just going back into ignorance and forgetting you're good. But the good is still there. You just forgot. You're still God's child. You just forgot. And it's part of your human experience. And from God's perspective, you are loved. Even when you're in the pig pen wallowing in the mud, playing in the mud, and filling your belly with the husks that the swine eat. As the Bible story goes. So what Spirit has given me over the past 24 hours or so has brought me to a place of greater peace and less worry. And I think that's good. But I also know that it was good that I experienced what it means to be human and connected with what most humans are connected with, which is life. Namaste. I recognize the life of God in you that you are experiencing. Peace, my friend.